Hello musical board users, this is Rob Clark from Apogee Electronics, and here I am showing off our all-new Element series, and especially our all-new Element Control software and hardware remote. The Element series is designed to be the best sounding portable Thunderbolt audio interfaces, and so what we did is we took technology from Apogee's Ensemble Thunderbolt and we stripped away some of the excess things like the knobs and the buttons and some of the features on Ensemble Thunderbolt and boiled it down to the bare essentials, which is fantastic audio quality and lightning fast Thunderbolt audio connection. And so here today we have the Element 46, and this has 4 microphone preamps, 2 headphone outputs, left and right speaker outputs, as well as ADAT optical in and out and word clock in and out. And of course the Element 46 connects to the Mac via Thunderbolt. And so one of the great things about the all-new Element series is our Element Control software. And we've totally overhauled this software. So if anyone's used Apogee products before, is familiar with our Maestro, this is a completely new approach to control software. And I'll show you some of those new features in the software now. So the design of Element Control is made to be modular, so you can see as few or as many channels as you need in your session. And this can be done by hiding or showing these buttons up here on the top, as well as this button here called Channel View, where you can show all of your digital ins or all of your playback channels here. You can also make snapshots, so if there's a particular workflow in mixing or in tracking that you want to save, you can very easily go in and save the look or feel that matches your particular workflow. One of the other great things about Element Control is this little window on the side here called the Essentials window. And this is designed so that when you have a DAW open and your session open, you can keep all of your essential controls on the side of your session while working at the same time. So you can adjust things like microphone preamp, headphone output, speaker output, and all of that can be very, very quickly adjusted without leaving your DAW session. So really convenient. So with the Element series, we have an all-new Apogee Control hardware remote as well that allows you to remotely control any of your software elements. It has a large knob similar to what's found on our Symphony IO Mark II, as well as these 3 assignable buttons that allows you to get into microphone, headphone, or speaker. The real power is unlocked when you have 8 assignable buttons up at the top of the unit. These buttons can be assigned to all sorts of different functions. You can do something simple like select the channel, or you can do something a little bit more complex like toggle speaker sets, where you can switch between multiple sets of monitor speakers, or that you can do mute switching, where you switch between muting your headphones and your speakers, which is really convenient when you're tracking and then switching back to listening back to what you just recorded. So a number of really intuitive and really fast options that you can assign to these buttons here with the hardware remote. And this connects directly to your computer over USB, so you can use a USB cable and extend and work away from your computer a little bit. And another great feature with the new Element series is the ability to have built-in talkback. Now you may look at the unit and think that there's no microphone port there for a talkback microphone. And what we've done is we've actually allowed the user to use the built-in microphone on your Mac. So you actually can just tap right into the built-in microphone on a laptop. Or if you choose, you can use any Core Audio USB microphone as a talkback source as well. And all of those controls are toggled from the software, or you can assign them to a button on the hardware remote. So really clever little features there to help you out when you need a talkback mic. The Element series also has an iPhone app called Element Control, and so you can download this on the App Store, and it allows you to wirelessly control your microphone preamps, your headphone outputs, and your speaker outputs. So this is really convenient when maybe you're behind an instrument, a drum set, or you have a vocalist who wants to set their own headphone level or microphone level. So this just connects to your computer over Wi-Fi and is automatically recognized by the Element Control software and gives you the ability to adjust all of those essential parameters wirelessly from an iPhone or iPad.
Which would be one instance only, or can you connect more than one iPhone to it?
Great question. You can connect more than one iPhone, so the engineer could have an iPad, for example, and maybe the talent has an iPhone, and so you could have two devices connected to one computer at the same time.
Okay, and I expect it requires the same Wi-Fi network.
Correct.
And you have a special software you need to install on the Mac, so as Start Mac remote control.
Correct. Yeah. So ours is called Apogee. So for the Element series, it's called Element Control, which is the control software for the Element series interfaces. So as long as you download that software onto the Mac and you download the free app from the App Store, they connect to each other wirelessly and can control each other. But there's so many features in here in the all-new Element software, and we can go into great detail. But the Element series, actually, we're showing off the 46 here, the 4 in, 6 out, but they do come in 3 varieties. We have Element 24, which has 2 microphone inputs, 2 headphone outs, and one headphone out and left and right speaker out. The 46 here, and we have an 88, which is the 8 microphone preamps. And you have a variety of outputs with 2 headphone outs, 2 speaker outs, and alternate out. So any of these Element devices can also be combined together. So you can put 2 Element series devices together. So 2 88s can be used for a 16-channel tracking session. You simply need to plug the 2 Thunderbolt ports into the side of your computer.
So there's no daisy chaining?
Correct. They don't daisy chain, but you do connect the 2 ports into your computer, and the software sees both units, and they work really flawlessly together in a single system. Another great announcement that we've made this year is that this software, a lot of the similar software features, are moving to our Symphony I/O Mark II series as well. So you'll see a lot of the software features from the Element Control making its way into our Symphony I/O Mark II in a release for Symphony called Symphony Control. So we'll be showing that at the NAMM show as well. So
is there 2 kind of levels of detail you work for the sort of home studio and the pro studio versions, or is it the software or the architecture behind it, is that the same level all the time?
Good question. So with Element Control, the concept was for anyone who's familiar with a mixer to be able to use the software. The great thing about it is that you can hide any features that you don't wish to see, and there are a number of templates that you can pull. We call them snapshots. And so if you wanted to load a very simple snapshot template, like the Essentials or the Vocal Overdub, this is designed so that it's very minimalist for the musician who might not be very technical. And it goes all the way up to what we call full functionality, which will load every possible option in the software for the engineer who wants to see every playback channel, every mixer layer, and so they'll have kind of the full view of the software there.
All the processing power comes from the computer?
Exactly, yep. So all of the processing comes from the computer. There's a great feature in Element control software as well called FX Send. Mm-hmm. So you can actually send any of your audio tracks from your low latency mixer through any plugin of your choice in your DAW and monitor it through your low latency mixer. So it does give you that flexibility to use any of the plugins that you wish in your DAW. In your low latency mixer chain, you just initiate that instance and set your routing in from the FX Send, and you can use those types of things in the low latency mixer if you choose.
Is there a load indication for the computer to prevent me from doing too much?
Oh, there is. So in your DAW, there's a CPU meter, as well as, this is a Mac only platform, so you can view that in Activity Monitor to kind of keep an eye on your CPU. Awesome. Well, thank you to all of the Musiker board users. This has been Rob Clark from Apogee Electronics, and we hope to hear from you on the forum.